Welcome to another episode of Shooting Science. Today, we are going to look at 4 budget holsters for the Smith and Wesson Bodyguard 2.0, and these you can order on Amazon, with the most expensive one being about $35. 3 of them are Kydex, 1 of them is a soft pocket holster, and all but 1 of them was made right here in the USA. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so let's start out with the prices. The Hawk Fire Defense, which is the only holster I have here that was made in China, was $29 on Amazon. The Maxor Tactical, which was made in Florida, was $34.95 on Amazon. Whole Guns holster was made in Florida as well and was $29.99. And then we have the Sticky holsters, which was also made in Florida, and this was $27. Okay, first let's look and see how the sticky holster fits the Bodyguard 2.0. This holster was made to fit a bunch of different guns. The rear sight does come out a little bit. This is as far as it goes in that holster, and this is the holster they recommend on their site for this gun. It does cover up the trigger pretty well. This is a pocket holster as well. All these other holsters are inside the waistband. I'm going to go ahead and test it in my pocket real quick. Perfect. So that worked great. Let's go ahead and try the Chinese holster. Edges are nice and smooth. This holster looks nice and straight. Plastic clip. It does not have an adjustable cant. So this is how it's going to sit in your waistband. Just like that. No adjustable cant. Nice click. Really nice fit, actually. I mean, for $29, that's perfect. I mean, maybe I could upgrade the clip, but this clip feels pretty stout. Awesome. All right, let's open these two. Maxor Tactical and Whole Guns. These look very similar. I'm wondering if this was made by the same guy or the same warehouse or wherever these are made, because they're both made in Florida. 2 different companies. The only way I can tell them apart is this one says Whole Guns on the clip and this one says Maxor. The sweat guard is a little wider up here in this one, but that's just how they cut it. Yeah, so the main difference so far is one of these is $34 and the other one's $29. I do really like the carbon fiber look. Oh, and that's the other thing. If we compare it to the China holster, the China holster has this extra piece sticking out here, whereas on these 2 carbon fiber ones, it has been trimmed down. Also, both the Whole Guns and Maxor Tactical holsters have slots. So you can adjust the bolts there if you want to do a different sort of cant with the gun in your waistband. And this was the exact same price, $29, as the Chinese one. And speaking of adjustments, both the carbon fiber patterned holsters from Florida and the Hawk Defense holster from China all feature adjustable retention. You can screw this little screw with a screwdriver while you hold down the other side. Turn to the right for tighter, turn to the left for looser. Fine tune it to your liking. Now, if you look at the Kydex, actually the Chinese holster is nicer. The Kydex is so much smoother here than the Kydex inside these Florida holsters. Kind of rough. Let's look at the thickness. I don't know. It's probably the same. It looks probably the same. Maybe it's just the carbon fiber that's throwing me off. These feel thicker than this one. I mean, look at those edges. They're so clean. Uh-oh, there's a difference. This one's really wide here, and this one's more tight. Which one is this? Whole guns. This one is Maxor Tactical. Okay. Nice fit on the Maxor. I like that a little bit better. There's a little gap here. Whereas on this one, no gap. That's how that looks on, this is the Hoguns. And this is the Maxor Tactical. Seems a little tighter here as well on the whole guns one, and on the Maxor Tactical one. But the Chinese one fits the best. It's so perfect. The only issue is this might poke me, whereas this right here is probably going to be more comfortable. The edges are kind of rounded down and in. It's tapered here as well. There's no like edge coming off like this. So this whole edge might poke me, whereas this might be a little bit more comfortable. So I was going to keep one of these, but I think I'm going to keep two. I think I'm going to keep this Chinese one to see how this feels. And I'm going to keep the better fitting carbon fiber one. I'm going to send this back. Sorry, Maxor Tactical. I'll return it in pristine condition. As far as the sticky holster, I could probably use that for pocket carry, although I probably won't be able to use the 12-round extension with jeans. I'm using sweatpants, and I had to really work the sweatpant over that. So if I'm wearing jeans or shorts, that's totally going to stick out. Going to have to go with the 10-round mag on that. Now, another thing that I'm going to do, since I'm keeping the whole guns holster, I bought this stuff on eBay. Quick Draw lubricant for holsters, for Kydex holsters. It's made by Rounded Gear. I like using it on all my holsters, especially ones with scratchy Kydex like this. You would need it on Kydex like this. I mean, that is beautifully smooth, and you're not going to need any lubrication on that. But on a holster like this, where you have this sort of lower grade interior finish on the Kydex, it can wear away your gun. Kind of depends on the finish on your gun. But I like to just spray it with this stuff and then let it dry overnight for a smoother entry and exit on the holster. So the next step now is to go carry both of these holsters. So I'm going to spend a couple of days with each one, carry them all day, and I'll see if there's anything else I can find out. Stay tuned.
Several days later.
Okay, so after carrying both of these holsters with the gun in my pants for a couple of days now, there are some things that I found out. So the first thing is that this right here does not bother me as bad as I thought it would, even when sitting down. I mean, I can feel it, but I don't really get poked too bad. The other issue is I can't, of course, adjust the cant with this. So There really isn't a way to like make it more comfortable, but I can slide it around. I did try it in a 4/5 o'clock position, kind of like on my back, and that seemed to work pretty well. The other thing is this one right here works great with a 1.5 inch belt. Fits perfectly. This one has the adjustable slots, but in the top position, which is how the holster comes, it does not fit a 1.5 inch belt. You have to use a 1.25 inch belt, which may not be good enough. Like this is a very flimsy belt that I have that I tried carrying with in the top position here. It does work, but because the belt is flimsy, what happens is the gun will kind of fall off your body and start printing really bad. So you can't really use this holster with these slots in the top position unless you have a super stiff 1.25 inch belt. Now, to adjust that, which is what we're going to do right now, we're going to move this down and we are going to see if we can get the bigger belt in there. So we're going to go to about here. As far as cant goes, probably going to want it canted like that. Put a little cant on there. You do have to hold your finger on the inside so that it actually tightens the screw down. All right, let's see if I can get my thick 1.5 inch belt through that. There we go. So it does have the ability to be adjusted and accept thicker belts. If you move it all the way down, there's a chance that you could have a 1.5 or 1.75 inch belt fit in there. But I don't have one of those at the moment. So 1.5. Although it does feel like there's extra room. So probably there's the extra room it has with where I've adjusted it. So I could even move this up a little higher and it would still fit this. As far as the gun falling off the body with a stiff belt like that, I don't see the need to have a claw on this just because this gun is super light and it's also super short and it doesn't really want to sort of fall one way or the other. It kind of stays put where you have it as long as your belt is stiff. If you have a flimsy belt, yes, it's going to peel off of the body and this handle is going to start printing through your shirt. If you get this one adjusted accordingly, but this one is perfectly fine. I had no issues drawing it in the 430 position on my kind of like my back and also in the appendix position on my front. Now we know the appendix position is what these holsters were designed for. However, I wanted to show you how both of these worked out for me while wearing them in the 5 o'clock position. First up, here is the Hawk Defense holster. As you can see, even without a claw, it still lays flat against my back pretty well. This holster does not have adjustable retention, like I said earlier, and here I am using a Crossbreed Holsters leather belt. And next, here we have the Whole Guns carbon fiber patterned adjustable cant holster. As you can see here, this one also lays nice and flat across the back of my body. And I'm using the same stiff leather belt from Crossbreed Holsters. Both of these holsters were easy and comfortable to wear in this 5 o'clock position all day, even while sitting, walking, driving, and they held the Bodyguard 2.0 very securely. Now, if you care to look at any of these holsters for yourself, you'll find the links to them down in the description. So that's all I have today, folks. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Hopefully it was. Go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know what you're using to carry your Bodyguard 2.0. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.